welcome everyone to this Monday Night Raw review. If you guys do enjoy this review, make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe for more content. So yeah, I just thought I'd get that out of the way early. But oh man, this show just continues to prove why it is so bad. I just don't get it. I just do not get that all this talent that you've got, and this is the best you can do with them. It was just absolutely terrible. I just don't understand what is going on with this damn show. This show desperately needs Naomi, and it desperately needs Charlotte back on their television, especially when it comes to the women's division. So, the show began with the New Day versus the Hurt Business again for the Raw Tag Team Championships. Now, this is where I thought the Hurt Business were going to win the championships, but we got a double count out. And then MVP, for some reason, has the authority to restart a match. He tells the referee to restart the match, and the referee complies. Who gave MVP the right to tell people to restart a match? But then again, we have Paige, who had Paige, who wasn't a general manager. We had Paige put Bayley in a 5-way at WrestleMania. So, at this point, literally anybody can make a match. Seriously, I could make a match on WWE television, and they would even allow it. So they restarted the match. This is where I thought the Hurt Business were definitely winning. And to my surprise and happiness, they didn't. The New Day still managed to retain the Raw Tag Team titles, and that's great. Keep those championships away from the Hurt Business. But knowing WWE, they'll give them a rematch. Knowing them, they'll probably just give them another match. We also, Adam Pearce, he made his decision to determine the #1 contender for the WWE Championship. Braun Strowman put his hands on Adam Pearce. If I were Adam Pearce, you find Randy Orton, kayfabe wise, find Randy Orton for putting his hands on you. If I were you, Adam Pearce, I'd do the same thing. But watch him do absolutely nothing about Braun Strowman putting his hands on him. Just watch. He'll give him a chance to be a part of the triple threat. Because I've heard a lot of people say that the Hurt Business will attack Matt Riddle, and then, Braun will get put in that match. But we'll talk more about that when we get to it. But Adam Pearce, he made his decision. And also, Adam Pearce said possibly one of the most hilarious things that has become the biggest running joke today. Adam Pearce called Drew McIntyre the WWE Champion. He called him Drew McInFart. I cannot say that without smiling or kind of laughing in the middle. Like, that is so hilarious. Drew McInFart. I mean, what the hell, man? For real? For real, Adam Pearce? Good grief. I guess Braun Strowman shook him or whacked him in the head so hard that he forgot the name of the WWE Champion. Drew McIntyre isn't going to be very happy with you, Mr. Adam Pearce. So we had Matt Riddle face off against Sheamus, and of course, Matt Riddle won. Of course Matt Riddle won, because a guy who rapes a girl should definitely be allowed to be a contender for the WWE Championship. So then we had Asuka face off against Lana. Now, I swear to God, I was about to lose my freaking mind when I found out this was for the championship. In the back of my mind, I was thinking, I swear to freaking God, if they have Lana win that championship, I'm done. But thank God that didn't happen. Nia and Shayna caused the disqualification. I never thought I'd see the day where I'm actually glad Shayna Baszler actually did something that I actually didn't hate. I'm actually glad Shayna Baszler for once did something I'm actually happy she did. Don't get used to it though. It's probably the only time I'll ever feel glad that Shayna Baszler actually did something right. But then Shayna and Nia would challenge Asuka and Lana to a tag match. This was a non-title match. Like, of course it was. Of course it was a non-title match. But Asuka and Lana got the win. Asuka pins Shayna Baszler. But with a roll-up. How funny is it that all of Shayna Baszler's losses on the main roster have been by roll-ups? She's lost 3 times, and they've all been by roll-ups. Becky Lynch at WrestleMania, Liv Morgan on an episode of Raw, and now Asuka. Imagine that. Man, think about that. All of Shayna's main roster losses have been by roll-ups. Yeah, yes, I did. Yes, I have said, oh, but you wanted Shayna Baszler to lose matches by pinfall. Yes, I have said that, but I more mean someone hits her with her finisher and actually pins her clean, not with a roll-up. You know me, I don't like roll-up finishes. To me, roll-up finishes are the most lamest way to get out of a match. Yes, Sasha and Asuka at Survivor Series ended with a roll-up. But I guess I should be okay with that because, you know, it's Sasha. But if I was to be honest, and if you wanted Sasha to pin Asuka, I would have had her pin her with like the Frog Splash or the Meteora or something, you know. Just saying, you could come up with other ways, but no, roll-ups is like the best. It's like the best solution if you want to get out of a quick pinfall. But either way, Shayna Baszler, lost, and I'm still gonna say it. Lana is the worst because she is, and the streak's over. The streak is over. This is the 1 week where Lana doesn't get put through a table. Good job. Good job, Lana. You survived 1 week. Keith Lee battled Bobby Trashley in a triple threat. To advance to the triple threat. Sorry. Yeah. It seems like Mr. MVP is starting to really live up to what I called them at Survivor Series, the cheat business. He really doesn't have faith. He really doesn't have faith in his CEO of the Hurt Business. He sure as hell doesn't have faith in him, considering he's tripping Sami Zayn to help Lashley pushing Keith Lee into turnbuckles to help Bobby Lashley. And the camel that broke its back was the fact that MVP had to cause Bobby Lashley to get disqualified, all because Keith Lee was actually able to break free of the Hurt Lock. Seriously, give me a goddamn break. I really hope this leads to a Keith Lee US title program with Bobby Lashley, because I feel like Keith Lee deserves the United States Championship, and I think it'd be a big win for Keith Lee. Keith Lee beat Lashley to advance forward. Then we had Alexa Bliss face off against Nikki Cross. Now, I've got a few things I want to say about this whole entire thing with Alexa and Nikki and the thing with Randy and AJ that comes later on. But Nikki says something that completely boggles my mind. She's finally realized that Alexa Bliss isn't going to listen to her. Okay? Fine. Glad she's seen the light now. But that's not the issue here. The issue that I have here is that when Nikki has realized Alexa Bliss isn't going to be loyal and stay with her friend, she ends up saying, well, at the end of the day, I don't really care about my friendship with Alexa anymore. That's what Nikki says. And I'm thinking to myself, really? You didn't care about your friendship with Alexa? You've been trying to convince Alexa to come back to you for literally a month. If you didn't care, why did you keep saying, I'm not giving up on Alexa. She's still in there. My best friend is still in there. I'm not giving up on Alexa. I cannot give up on Alexa Bliss. If you didn't care about your friend, if you didn't care, why were you saying you weren't going to give up on her? So all it takes was Alexa Bliss to slap you in the face, so all of a sudden for you to change your mind that you don't want to be friends with her anymore? She had to slap you last week? To be fair, I'm not an Alexa fan anymore, but to be fair, this was Nikki's fault. This whole thing with Alexa only happened because of Nikki. She was frustrated that she lost to Bayley, and she got mad and she pushed Alexa over and she stormed off. So to be fair, this is all on Nikki. But all I'm saying is, it just doesn't make sense for her to be all like, I cannot give up on Alexa, my best friend is still in there, to all of a sudden say now that she doesn't care. If she never... Which one is it? Does she care about her friendship, or does she not care about her friendship? Pick one and... pick a line and stay there. But you know what? I'm glad Nikki Cross is done with Alexa Bliss. Because I never cared about the Bliss Cross Applesauce tag team, or whatever the bloody hell they were called. Or as I call them, the Bliss Cross I don't give a shit. Because I certainly didn't give a shit about them as a team. They were only put there because Alexa Bliss kept getting injured. But Alexa Bliss got the victory. She delivered a modified Sister Abigail, I guess it was. It looked like a Sister Abigail. But she pinned Nikki Cross with the Sister Abigail and doing this pose while in the middle of a pin. Not gonna lie, that was pretty creative. And look, I'm not gonna deny it. Alexa Bliss is good in this role. I'm not gonna deny she's not good. In the ring, she's not good. But when it comes to character, she's very good. She's very good when it comes to character and promos. When it comes to her in-ring, not so much. That's just my personal opinion. And then we had the main event, which was Randy Orton facing off against AJ Styles. And the Fiend causes Randy to lose this match, which a lot of people expected. And AJ Styles moves on. And I think AJ Styles is going to win the triple threat next week. So, now that that's over, now let's talk about the big thing here. I said I had a big idea. I had something that went through my head with this whole situation between Bliss, Cross, Wyatt, and Randy. Now, they could just do it as a singles feud between the Fiend and Randy. Randy is most likely gonna turn face now because Bray isn't exactly a face. Alexa isn't a face, because if she was a face, why was she facing Nikki Cross, who we clearly know is the face? So Bray and Alexa are heels. I guess Randy's gonna turn face. I guess that's one assumption. Secondly, I don't know if they're gonna do it this way. They could. They may not. They could either just do a singles feud involving Bliss and Cross and Randy and The Fiend, or they could do the one thing that I don't think Randy has ever been involved in. That is a mixed tag match. I do not think Randy Orton has ever had one. Ever. All my years of watching Randy Orton, I do not think he's ever been involved in a mixed tag team match with any female. Now, I don't think they'll go the mixed tag route, but I can see Nikki Cross getting involved. I can see Nikki Cross, Alexa Bliss being at ringside to watch The Fiend face off against Randy. I can see Nikki Cross, maybe just running in, running in and attacking Alexa. I can't see them doing a mixed tag with Randy and Nikki teaming up to face off against Bray and Alexa. I just can't see that. I think you know what would be what would be funny? If Randy Orton gave Alexa Bliss an RKO from out of nowhere, or a punt. That's what I would love to see. I would love to see Alexa take an RKO. All I'm going to say is this. Bray and Alexa, they've messed with the wrong Viper. They've messed with the wrong man, and they're going to pay the price. Yeah, I really didn't want to raise my voice today. You guys know how bad these shows are. I'm not going to raise my voice. But either way, that's pretty much your episode of Monday Night Raw. It just wasn't all that great. I do think Randy, Bray, Alexa, and Nikki could be an interesting feud on Raw. It could be interesting. Would I be interested? Maybe. I think it could be interesting depending on the direction they go with it. As I said, I can't see it being a mixed tag. I definitely can see Nikki maybe just getting involved in the match, just running in and attacking Alexa. That's really all I can see. But only time will tell. So anyway, guys, that is all I got for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. As I said before, hit that thumbs up. Like the video. Subscribe if you haven't done so. And be sure to click the notification bell and make sure you set it to all. So that way you'll be notified with all my videos or streams that come up. And also be sure to follow me on my Twitter as well. And I will see you all next time.